Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Yo soy el doctor Jeff Mallets, hablando para el proyecto Médico Europa. El día de hoy tengo una entrevista con uno de los mejores doctores de el hospital donde trabajo. Esta entrevista va a ser en inglés y es para explicarles cómo fue su proceso, qué es lo que él hizo para llegar a trabajar a Inglaterra como médico. So, this is Dr. Aram Kassim, one of the best junior doctors in ANE,
It's
Eastbourne.
very kind of you.
Thank you, doctor, for being here today
Thank
to
you
have a
for
word with
hosting me.
us. So, can we start just by telling us what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Dr. Aram Kassim. I'm one of the junior doctors here, the A&E department of our local hospital that we both work in.
Great. How old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
How long have you been here in England?
It's been around 3 months so far.
3 months
Yeah.
since you first came.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Iraq, but I was raised in the Middle East, mostly Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and I finished my medical training in Bahrain.
In Bahrain.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you please tell us what made you come to this country?
Well, I'll be honest with you, where I graduated from, the training opportunities were very limited. Therefore, it was only right coming to the United Kingdom because there are lots of training opportunities, and was told by a lot of my colleagues that they have a shortage of doctors and there are good chances for trainings. Therefore, I did my exams and came here.
Okay, thank you. Did you ever think about any other country?
Yes, absolutely. I was in the beginning studying for my USMLEs,
Mm-hmm.
but I took a huge detour and I ended up here.
Did you ever try to see this USMLE?
Yeah, I studied for it for 4 years and then I don't know, I just lost interest.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
you ever try to do it?
I haven't officially applied for it, but I did the questions and I studied for the materials as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the first steps that you had to take to come to this country? So, what was your first web page, your first searching, your first?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was told about the PLAB exams, as most of you know about the PLAB's exam, by one of our colleagues who did it previously, and he was telling me that if you do the exams with a proper training, you can get into acquiring a first job in the UK. So the first thing that I did was looking for what PLAB stands for on Google, and I ended up on the GMC website, which is the General Medical Council website, and it was pretty clear from there on how to apply for the PLABs, what were the requirements, what was needed for me, and what I had to do in order to sign up for the exam.
Okay, you say I found what was it needed for me. So, what was your specific path to come here? You're telling us about the PLAB. Can you
Yeah.
tell us about the PLAB 1 and 2?
Yeah, absolutely. Although my university was purely in English, however, there are lists of universities that the GMC does not approve of their primary medical qualification as a source of English. Therefore, I had to sit for an English exam.
Which one did you do?
I first did the IELTS, which I didn't do too well in.
Okay.
It was mostly because of the writing score, although I studied in an English school.
The writing.
Yes, it's always the writing. I was getting 8s and 9s and everything, except the writing always seeed to be a 7.
How many times did you see the IELTS?
I attempted the IELTS 3 times.
Okay.
Total waste of money. And then I did the OET, and I didn't even study for it, and I passed it from the first try.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
So, would you recommend OET over IELTS?
Oh, definitely. The thing is, with the OET, it's medically oriented. So whatever comes in the exams, whether it's reading articles, multiple choice questions, or even the writing task, it's always medically oriented or related to the medical topic. So it'd be able to write that much faster than and actually writing something related to geography or accounting or something else?
I remember that I had an attempt. I didn't see it actually, the IELTS. I did like
Yeah.
a mock test for the IELTS. And the writing was about Coca-Cola sellings in 2008.
Oh.
So, yes, I also did the OET.
Yeah.
And I also always recommend it. We
Yeah.
have discussed about it. Thanks. What about the PLAB?
Yeah, the PLAB one. For the PLAB one, it was quite different for me because my university used an American curriculum, hence why I studied for the USMLEs in the beginning. But of course, the US guidelines are different from British guidelines, so you will need to study from a proper source for the PLABs. So I used a website called Plabable.
Okay.
It wasn't that expensive, honestly. It was around £20 for 3 months. I basically went through all the questions and did like 3 to 4 mocks the day before the exam, honestly. I prepared in total for it around a month and a half.
1 month.
And it was pretty sufficient, to be honest. Yeah.
Did you find this test easy?
It was relatively easy, pretty much easy. Although I had few struggles with some of the medications because, in the when you study in American books, they use different medications. They have different guidelines, as I said earlier.
Also, very different units. I don't know.
Yes, absolutely. Different units. So, but adapting to the questions wasn't difficult, and it was just a matter of doing as many questions as you can. Because at the end of the day, a lot of questions come in the same form.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for this exam?
For the PLAB exam, I don't remember, to be honest, but I do believe it was around £300 or
For
something.
PLAB 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you pass it at the first attempt?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
No
I told
problem.
you he's one of the best doctors.
Thank you.
And what happened next when you received the
news.
The news.
Well, my mistake was not booking for the exam on the same day I received my scores.
You mean the PLAB 2?
PLAB 2, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't book for the PLAB 2 right away. So I booked in like 2 days later. So that set me back at least a month.
Wow.
Because once your scores are out, I recommend immediately booking for the exam. If you don't, you're gonna have
to wait.
Yeah.
Where did you see the PLAB 1?
PLAB 1 was in London.
London.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there weren't many exam opportunities in my area, so they were all filled, so I had to travel to London.
And for the PLAB 2, where did you?
It was in Manchester.
Manchester.
Yeah.
Did you take a course for that?
Yes, I did. There was a Dr. Swami course in Manchester. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't that great because the doctor although the doctor was excellent and he was telling us about all the guidelines and everything, but the course length was quite a lot. So you would be sitting from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. every single day. And the thing is that these courses, they do teach you what's most of the time they tell you what's coming in the exam. But then a lot of things are just repeated. So if you can get hold of these resources yourself, and you can study them at home, I think you would save a lot of time.
Did you actually find it helpful, this course?
I certainly did, I'll be honest with you. But as I told you, there was a lot of wasted time.
Okay. Do you recommend this course?
I do believe if you come from a different place of practice, it is well worth it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just that they tell you what to focus on, what gets repeated in the exams, what cases are normally presenting, how do you approach the cases, how do you approach the treatment plan, and so on. But I'm telling you, these courses are not necessary. If you know how to study yourself, if you know how to present yourself in the exam, you would not need these courses. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've had a couple of colleagues who did it without the course and they just did well.
Passed.
Yeah.
Good. So PLAB 2 is a practical exam.
Yeah.
And it's 18 models. Right?
Exactly.
And can you tell us about, for example, one model that you can recall?
Well, there were lots of cases that came. ranged from very different cases. It seems that the topic was mostly around how you approach the cases, like how do you take a history, a detailed, relevant history, as well as a relevant examination and relevant management plan. A lot of ethics were involved as well in the cases, yeah. But I do recall a few cases. I had one case of like a primary survey in trauma, a patient who was unconscious, and you basically have to go through the primary survey and with the help of one of your nurses. So what we do in A&E basically sometimes.
Were you nervous?
It was quite nervous. It's just because the time is quite short, I must say. You just have 8 minutes to solve the whole case and properly like do your, duty as a doctor in that station. But it is doable.
Did you pass it at the first time?
Yes, I did.
Good, congratulations.
Yeah,
what happened next?
What happened next is that I got my results, and
how long after that?
And the results took anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks.
Did you have to come back to your country, or were you still?
Yeah, I went back to Bahrain, where I had to sit and basically prepare my papers. So I went back to my hospital where I did an internship that year, and I basically prepared my documents, had them signed, and so on.
Okay, so let's go back to that day.
Yes.
You were in Bahrain.
Yes.
And suddenly you heard about the news. You have passed the PLAB too. What did you feel?
Oh yeah, it was like, to be honest, I was very stressed during those 6 weeks. Because I was not very happy about my performance. I thought I might have failed.
Okay.
But then I was surprised that I passed all my stations, and I was shocked. Yeah. Thank you. It was really, really relieving, to be honest, knowing that I passed and I made it. But coming back to the documents, before doing PLAB 1, I actually did sign up for the EPIC account.
Yes.
Which is where you verify your documents. So I had my certificates from university uploaded and certified by them to be ready, when the time of registration was.
But you did it before sitting the PLAB.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, but for the verification, you just need your university degree to be certified. The other things are sent to the GMC directly.
We have also talked about this EPIC number going through the ECFMG webpage.
Yes.
So once again, we recommend doing it before or even at the same time.
Yes.
Don't
delay it.
Don't delay it. Yeah.
I had a couple of colleagues who did the PLAB and they passed it. And what delayed them is setting up the EPIC account. So that delayed them at least a month. So I recommend you start it early, even before sitting the PLABs. If you have your university degree, sign up for the EPIC, scan it, send it, and they will just interview you to make sure you're the right person. They will verify with your passport, and you'd have to sign a few documents that these are authentic documentations.
Okay, so we have spoken about 3 very important topics, I guess.
Yeah.
First of all, the OET, then the PLAB, and then the EPIC number.
Yeah.
So there's another question I want to ask you. Do you hold a visa?
Yes. When I started working, my employer sponsored me. But during the time when I came for the PLABs, I was on a visitor's visa. So with a visitor's visa, you can sit for exams, you can sit for conferences, you can even do a clinical attachment on it.
Okay. Yeah. And what about the GMC number? Do you need a visa for having a GMC number?
Absolutely not. You can sign up for a GMC account at your home. It doesn't take 5 minutes.
Yeah, and it's free.
And it's free, yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us just rapidly about the visa?
Okay, so it was a normal visa application. I applied for touristic visa, or what is known as like a general visitor visa. So
what's the tier 2 visa?
Okay, the tier 2 visa is what you get once you become employed, and you're sponsored by a body, whether it's an employing body, or in the case of a sponsoring organization, such as a training opportunity.
In this case, your sponsor was the trust, the
Yes,
NHS trust.
absolutely.
Okay. How did you find this hospital?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's excellent.
Okay.
I'm very happy to be here.
Were they helpful with this visa?
Yeah, absolutely. They helped me a lot providing the documents necessary for the visa application, and that didn't take much time, to be honest. Provided you have everything is ready, you shouldn't take you more than a week to 2 weeks to process your documents.
Do you remember how long did it take for you since the first time you thought about coming to the UK and for you to have the proper job?
Yeah, it was quite, I don't know how to put it, but it was quite scary because you don't know where you're gonna end up. But provided if you do the right steps, if you sit for the exam, if you finish your registrations on time, and if you know how to apply for jobs and so on, I think it's an easy process.
Easy, okay.
Yeah.
And how long did it take?
Well, since the time of my registration, it took me around 2 months to get a job. I'll be honest with you, because I don't have UK experience, so I had to do some clinical attachments.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I did a month of clinical attachment.
Do you recommend it?
Absolutely.
Before having a job?
Yes. Because with the clinical attachment, you get used to the NHS system. You'll see how the NHS system works, as well as you build connections, which will help you.
Where did you do your attachment?
I did it in the same hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't, man. My first time holding a GMC number, I was already on a job.
That's excellent.
That was me. It was crazy. I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you happy in the UK?
Absolutely. Very happy.
Do you want to build a career in this country?
Most definitely, yes.
Are you thinking about getting a training?
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely.
Good.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the UK provides very good training for doctors, and whether internationally speaking or even locally in the UK, you have a lot of opportunities in different sectors and different specialties, which is pretty good.
Thank you very much, man.
You're very welcome.
Do you think that you want to tell us something else?
Yeah, just keep your documents ready. Do the verification on time with Epic, so you're not delayed. To be honest, that's pretty much it. Do what you can do best.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Good luck, guys.
Ahí lo tienen, amigos. Es un caso de éxito, uno de los mejores doctores a mi punto de vista del hospital donde yo trabajo. El proceso creo que ya lo hemos explicado, es bastante sencillo. Quería yo hacer esta entrevista para que ustedes conocieran de viva voz de alguien que pasó por el proceso acerca de los PLABs, de la visa. Yo no tuve que hacerlo, entonces aquí está la información para ustedes. Espero que lo disfruten. Si les gusta, compártanlo. Ayúdenos a ayudar a otras personas y nos vemos acá en Inglaterra.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah.